Cereal time, cereal time, cereal time, whoa.
Can you sing the alphabet?
C is for cookie.
What's up, cereal heads? Today we're going to talk about new Sesame Street cereal from General Mills. Now this cereal comes in two varieties. I have this family size box here and this regular size box. Family size box is a 1, 2, 3 berry flavor, whereas this regular box here is a C for cinnamon flavor. But before we get into these two new cereals from General Mills, let's talk a little bit about Sesame Street. Now first, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you know what Sesame Street is. Unless you've been living under a rock for your entire life, you should be aware of this kids' television program. It's been on TV, I think, for over 50 years, and it airs in many different countries, so I'm just going to skip over all the history of Sesame Street, and instead we're just going to talk specifically about Sesame Street and cereal. Now my first memory of these two things coming together is from the late 80s when Sesame Street did a cover of Madonna's Material Girl as Cereal Girl. Here, take a look.
I said I taste it, I'll give it a whirl, and now I am a cereal girl. I said I taste it, I'll give it a whirl, and now I am a cereal girl.
Pretty awesome, right? I actually remember seeing that episode when it aired back on Sesame Street in the late 80s. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that particular character or Muppet is a regular on Sesame Street. I only ever remember her from that little music video. Anyway, now that I've hopefully gotten that song stuck in your head, let's move on to talk about actual Sesame Street cereal. Back in 2013, Post released a Sesame Street branded cereal called C is for Cereal. It featured little X and O shaped cereal pieces made of oat and corn, and the cereal came in 3 flavors. You had this one here, which was called A is for Apple. It features Elmo here on the front of the box, and the flavor is, well, apple. You can see on the back of the box here, they have a Words with Elmo little reading lesson that helps teaches kids how to read. And then there was 2 other flavors as well. There was this blue box featuring Cookie Monster. As you can see, this one was called B is for Banana, and it featured the same cereal pieces, although they were flavored with natural banana flavor. On the back of this box, they had a little activity where you can find the X's and O and help Cookie Monster. And then last but not least, the third and final version of this cereal featured Big Bird on the front, and it was called S is for Strawberry. And then the back of this box had a lesson about learning colors with Big Bird there. Now, these Sesame Street cereals weren't very sweet at all. They were kind of like a lightly flavored Cheerios cereal. Nothing that I would buy or eat regularly, but they're a nice little healthy alternative to Cheerios for toddlers. I actually don't remember when these cereals were discontinued, but they've been off shelves for quite a while now. So as you can see, Post got into the Sesame Street cereal game, and these new ones are from General Mills. But what about Kellogg's? Well, it turns out they were actually one of the first to attempt a Sesame Street cereal. They never actually ended up releasing one, but back in 1998, they made test boxes for a Sesame Street cereal. You can see from this test box here, the gang was all there on the front of the box. The cereal kind of looked like alphabets with little letters and numbers there, and then some pieces that looked like some famous Sesame Street characters. There was also another test box for this version that I came across on eBay a while back. The front of the box was a little different, but you can see the cereal still looked the same with little biscuits there of Bert and Cookie Monster. Now this box from eBay was actually unopened and still had the cereal inside, but somebody beat me to the punch. I'm not sure why they never released this cereal, maybe it didn't test well, but I guess over 20 years later, General Mills decided they're gonna give the Sesame Street brand another try in the cereal market. Now the first test boxes from General Mills for this Sesame Street cereal popped up over a year ago. These test boxes featured Elmo on the front, and it was a cinnamon flavored cereal with pieces in the shapes of stars and other amorphous shapes. But I guess that was just the first draft, and now they've revamped and evolved the product to the version that we now see on shelves. So let's take a look at this C is for cinnamon flavor first. You can see this box features Elmo and Cookie Monster on the front, and it says here that it's A through Z letter shapes, so it's kind of like a version of alphabets, but just a cinnamon version. They have all this nutrition info up top to help convince parents to buy this cereal for their kids. And just in case that's not enough incentive for parents to buy this for their kids, they also entice you with a bilingual storybook on the back of this box. So let's take a look at the back of this box. You can see the name of this story is Elmo Visits the Farm, and you got Elmo and Abby there on the box. Let's open up this back panel and take a look at the story. So it's a 2-page story with 6 panels there about how Elmo goes to the farm. So that's a fun little added bonus for kids there on the back of this box. Let's open it up and take a look at the cereal. So here's what a bowl of this Sesame Street C is for Cinnamon cereal looks like. You can see all the different letter shapes there. The shapes of these pieces are definitely better than alphabets. You can actually make out all the letters. And they have little brown speckles on them for the cinnamon flavor. Let's hit them with some milk and give them a try. So they aren't super flavorful or super sweet, but this is a cereal that's marketed to parents to buy for their kids, so they're not gonna make it super sugary. I like cinnamon flavored cereals, but I like them when they're covered in cinnamon sugar. This one's just kind of a bland, lightly sweetened cinnamon cereal. It's not something that I would pick up unless I had a toddler in the house. But I do appreciate the letter shapes in here. They're much better than the alphabet's letters. Okay, so next is the 1, 2, 3 berry flavor version of Sesame Street cereal. This one is a family size box because I couldn't find a regular size box, unfortunately. It features Elmo and Abby there on the front of the box, and you can see this cereal is 0 through 9 number shapes there. You would think they'd put the count on the front of a Sesame Street cereal that featured number shapes, but I guess Abby and Elmo are just way more popular with kids. And just like the other box, this one has a bilingual storybook on the back. This one is called On the Go with Elmo, and it features Ernie there with Elmo on the box. Let's take a look at the story inside. So here's the inside there, and again, it's a 6-panel story. And in this story, it looks like Elmo wants to find lots of different vehicles. In addition to these 2 storybooks, I've also seen other boxes with other storybooks on the back too. There's an Elmo Visits the Zoo featuring Grover, Elmo's Big Day Out with lots of characters, and Elmo's Day at School with Abby and Zoe. I'm not sure how many storybooks they have all combined, but maybe this is a way to get parents to continue buying the cereal for new books. Anyway, let's open up this cereal and take a look. So here's what a bowl of Sesame Street 1, 2, 3 berry cereal looks like. You can see all the number shapes there, and they have a little purplish hue to the pieces to represent that berry flavor. That comes from the beet juice, since they don't use any artificial color for this cereal. Let's hit them with some milk and give them a try. So again, not super sweet, and the berry flavor is kind of faint. I think my palate is just used to more flavorful cereals. But again, I don't think this cereal is meant for somebody my age. If I want a berry flavored cereal, I'll just go pick up those new multigrain Cheerios with strawberries. So that's new Sesame Street cereal. If you have a young toddler in the house and you're looking for an alternative to Cheerios, you might want to pick these up. Or if you like collecting cereal boxes with Muppets on the front of boxes, you'll definitely want these for your collection. But otherwise, I'm not sure this stuff's gonna stick around for a long time. I mean, Sesame Street is a popular brand that has earned parents' trust, but unless kids really love this stuff and want more of it, I don't think these cereals will last longer than that 2013 C is for Cereal version that Post released. And then who knows, maybe we'll get another Sesame Street cereal 10 years down the road from now. Assuming Sesame Street is even still around then, which I hope it is because it's a great program. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for Sesame Street cereal. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay crunchy. One ha ha ha.
Cereal